So this is my show. It's called Time to Draw. It's on the YouTube channel INC Kids. It's a children's show that I do, and a lot of you have been asking for tutorials. And on this particular show, I actually do very basic tutorials for beginners, for children who want to learn how to draw and to have fun. So today I thought what would be a lot of fun to do was to take one of my videos from that Time to Draw show and kind of do an advanced version of it. Now recently I did one called Flying Superhero, and today I thought I'd be doing an advanced version of the Flying Superhero. So I'll draw it and give you my thoughts and let me know what you think. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. So here's me drawing an advanced version of a Flying Superhero. Here we go. So starting out with a red Eno LED. Okay, as you guys know, I love the Eno LED. So this is a Color Pilot Eno LED. This is red. If you've been following my channel for a while, you're very familiar with these pencils. I use the light blue and I also use the red. And as you see here, I'm just sketching out all of the muscles. Okay, so everything I did in the previous tutorial from the other channel, I already have that in mind. So that's everything I'm thinking of before I go into that sketching phase. And now I'm here with the 01 and I'm going over all of the little details. Now, things I'm considering, okay? Things I'm considering is that there's the light coming from the top, okay? So mostly from the top right, that's where the light's coming from. So I know there could be shadow on the arm. So as you can see, I outlined where the shadow will be. And now just trying to, you know, put in all the creases and all the folds inside the particular outfit. And as you see there, I'm adding, like, you know, the double lines there. Those are the little fun costume details that I like to do. You know, it's just to separate the different places that are different colors. And as you'll notice, when I add the black here, I'll shade the one side of that different than how I would shade the middle, because I know the arms and the outer torso, those will be like a darker color than the mid torso. So that's why I'm doing that. So I'm just adding all the shadow, thinking of the top right, and that's where it's coming from. So I know a lot of you will think this is pretty fast, and you're right, it is pretty fast. So now the hatching here, I'm thinking about how the shadow gradates around the arm. So thinking about the arms in 3D, and that's where I'm adding the shadow. So as you see, I draw lines that go around the arm, and that's just to give it form. You got to really think in 3D, and maybe I'll do a video one of these days to talk about how to actually think in 3D, which is extremely important. And right now I'm also adding a dark outline around just to kind of separate them. Now also I'm going to start putting in the background, and the one from the drawing show, it's very flat. It's very two-dimensional background. So in the advanced version, I'm going to go back here and add some dimension to it. Now, I do not suggest doing this without laying a grid if you're not familiar with doing a particular background. Okay, so I'll probably do another background tutorial. In fact, I do have a bunch of perspective tutorials that you could check out. Maybe I'll have a card over here where you could look at how I tackle 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. Okay, so I do have videos on that on my channel already. So I suggest before doing something like this, maybe go check out those particular tutorials before going into this, because as you see here, I don't even lay down a grid. I don't anymore. That's 20 years experience of drawing backgrounds. I have a technical illustration background. So just having an understanding of where those vanishing points are, that really helps out. Okay, now perspective, one of those things is when it's off, it's off. It will look off, it will feel off. And as I go through this particular background here, there are some points where it does feel a bit off, which could have been better, that I would like to take back, but you know, at the same time, everything doesn't have to be 100% accurate, 100% perfect, but it just has to feel like all the lines are converging. So all the sides of the building, it should feel like all those lines are going to the same vanishing point. Now again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have no idea what a vanishing point is, maybe this isn't the video to start off with, go check out my perspective videos, and I go in depth about how to lay down vanishing points and all of that. So this is way more let's go detailed than the original Time to Draw background that I did. So just adding a little more dimension, just a little bit more detail, that's all. But the structure is all there, it's all the same, and I tried to keep the buildings all the same there. So that middle building, by the way, you can see already there that it feels a little bit off because they don't match the lines from the other side. So you know, it is what it is. Now I'm going over with a thicker outline here over all the buildings. The reason I'm doing that is pretty much just to separate all the buildings from each other. And I almost finished off there. I was gonna leave it as is, but then I decided, because this is a little bit more advanced drawing, to go back here and add some more shadow underneath. Thinking again, light from the top right, more from the top. Now I could have gotten even more extreme and really darkened up all of the faces, the front of the buildings, but I decided not to do that because I don't want to take away from the actual figure. You got to be careful whenever you're doing backgrounds, because one, it's more of an accent. Backgrounds are more an accent unless you are focusing on buildings in the background, unless it's the focus of your drawing. And this isn't. The focus of my drawing is the actual figure, so I don't want to overwork the background to where the figure gets lost in the background. So I could have gone way more in depth in here, worked more on the windows, but you know, I just wanted to add enough detail where it doesn't feel too not detailed in that sense. But really happy with the way this was turning out here. And again, I could go more, but you know, I just wanted to show you guys an advanced version of what I did in that Time to Draw episode. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and here it is. This is the final flying superhero. There you go. So there you go, that is it, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. Now I know that probably went a little faster for you guys, so again, check out my perspective tutorials on my channel. I'll have a link to them down below if you're interested in that type of perspective. I also have videos on rendering and shading. Check out my tutorial playlist, and I have a lot of videos over there. And if you are a beginner and if you want to check out my Time to Draw show, go check that out. I'll have a link down below, a card at the end. Or maybe you have a younger brother or sister, or maybe you have children of your own. This show is great for kids, so anyone who likes to learn how to draw. So I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. But if you are new to my channel, you looked around, you like what you see, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, well, I will be your friend for life. Join my, I think now 75,000, that's pretty crazy, 75,000 and counting other best friends, and we will draw every single day together. And don't forget to hit that bell so you won't miss another episode that I will drop. But my name is James. I am the box office artist. I'm here to say keep drawing, and I'll see you all next time.